Check 1 2. It's Saturday morning. Not Saturday for me, but it's Saturday for you. Yes, the weekend is finally here. The weekend is finally here. Now what? Now what? It's Saturday. What time is it? What are you going to put in the equity of your life today, huh? Today, the subject is get surgical. Get surgical. Get surgical. Get surgical. You might say, brother, what you mean get surgical? I'm not a surgeon. What you mean, brother? I ain't doing no surgeries. I'm trying to tell y'all something. Listen up. You need to get surgical today. Today, right now, get surgical. And what I mean by that, now listen to this and practice. Listen to this and put it in practice. Practice this. Out of all of the years that I spent doing phlebotomy, look the word up, it's medical. All the years I spent doing phlebotomy, one thing that stood out about one group of doctors, the surgeons in name. One thing that stood out about them is that surgeons are very meticulous. They're meticulous as to the decisions that they make before they choose to do it, before they make the decision to do something. They're very, very careful. Their moves are very calculated. Every centimeter. And if you go and talk to laser surgeons, mathematics and preciseness is everything. You don't make that move with that laser before you calculate. Understand what I'm saying? Surgeons finish the job before they start. Get surgical. Get surgical with your life. Get surgical with your goals. Get surgical with what you're doing and the decisions that you're making in your plan. Get surgical. You still might say, bro, what you mean get surgical? Look at any operation. Double, triple, quadruple bypass heart surgery. Removal of a gallbladder, removal of gallstones, organ donor replacement donors. Think about these surgeries and how these surgeons map out the body. They map out the organs. They take pictures. They sit down, they look at diagrams. They do routine surgeries on cadavers. And they constantly put it into practice that the job needs to be finished before I start to cut open a person. Get surgical with your life. Get surgical. Make the plan and finish the job before you start the job. Because when you start to cut and you start to work out these individual tasks that you need to be successful, and this person goes home with a happy heart, or this person goes home with a dope beat, or this person is able to submit a formidable project to the label, before you get to that point, you have cut this person open. And if you haven't finished the job before you started, get surgical today. Get surgical with your goals. Get surgical with your dreams. Get surgical. Write everything down that you need to do. Open up the Notes app on your freaking smartphone. Type it out. Type out your vision. Type out the goal. Map out every single individual MIDI note. Every single individual thing that you need to do in steps in order to accomplish the goal. Write the vision down and make it plain so everybody that looks at your plan can see it and run. Come on. Tell somebody after you're done getting surgical what you did. Show them this is the plan and this is how you can do it too. But you got to do it first. Come on, get surgical, get surgical, get surgical. Go into your dream. Figure out what the main goal is. Take every individual goal that you need to do and write it down. Contemplate what you need to do to get that individual goal finished. And once you finish all those little bitty teeny itty bitty goals, You get your tangible little tiny goals done, your short-term goals done. Those are going to tally up into the large goal, the bigger goals. The bigger goals will tally up together and they'll make the dream happen. But you gotta get surgical. If you're scared to cut, if you're scared to grab something, you're scared to grab the scalpel, you're scared to make a move, it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna start my jog with y'all. Actually, I'm gonna finish the rest of the half. I'm taking a long way. So you gotta get surgical, man. If you don't get surgical, then you're shortchanging yourself and you're shortchanging your client. Think about it like this. The person that comes to you for your production skills are trusting you to do what it is that you say that you can do. They're trusting you to cut open their budget. If the budget gives them $500,000 and they entrust you with a portion of that to be able to get their goal accomplished, and you start cutting without contemplating what the long-term end game is, oh, what a disservice. What happens when you get ready to submit a project to the person who has paid you and it's not up to par? What happens when you get ready to submit a project and you run out of money for the final master of the whole project from the budget that the artist gave you? Huh? Come on. You have to be surgical. You have to finish the job first. Contemplate the budget that the artist gives you. Contemplate the budget that the label gives you. Don't go spending all your front money on gold chains and crap that don't mean nothing. It depreciates soon as you walk out of the shop. It's not worth what you paid for. Probably wasn't worth what you paid for when you paid for it. Understand this. You gotta get surgical before you cut. You gotta build the studio before you build it. Huh? Make the blueprint. What you gonna use? DAW hardware? Standalones? MPC? Or you gonna use freaking hard disk recorder? What you gonna use? What type of keyboards are you gonna have? Are you gonna use keyboards or VSTs? What amount of money are you gonna put in your VSTs? Map it out. Map all of that out and write it down. Because if you don't write it down, guess what's gonna happen? Piece by piece. Piece by piece. You cut. Your client is bleeding out. Your patient is bleeding out. Understand, you gotta map this thing out and finish it before you start. Don't start cutting without planning it out. Map it out first before you make the first cut. Because if you cut and you haven't considered what you're doing to this patient, guess what's gonna happen? Huh? You wanna see the death of your career? You wanna see the death of your client's career? You wanna see the death of a label? I guarantee you, if you're not mapping it out, guess what's gonna happen? Death will occur, certain. Everybody got the common goal of being successful, but people don't consider the common grave. Get surgical. Map it out. Get up out of that chair every once in a while and go for a run. Come back and sit down when the blood's flowing and the respiration is high and write it out. Get surgical on. It's Bro Love. Saturday motivation. Get surgical on your equity in your relationships. It's not just music. 10, 15 years from now, how surgical were you with your relationships? Huh? Not just your clientele, your friends and fam. Get surgical, baby. Stay surgical. Treat today like it was Monday. Get that work done. Put that work in on them relationships. Let's go. Let's go.